when we talk about security controls and communicating about them, I'm going to show you how to use this tool to make better communication about security controls. Right now it's grouped by the group in the NIST Management Security Framework, right? But what if we wanted to know the status? We want to group by status about controls. We have inconclusive and validated. Okay, that's one thing. What about priority? Now we have critical and medium and low priority controls and projects. What about if an exception is required? What control requires an exception? Oh, we see these controls have been accepted, but we see that they have also been validated. So, and we could change this label here instead of status. We could understand what the primary control number is, or what the name of the control is, or what the description is, or what group is being done along with the status. So any information that we wanted to understand, we can understand if there are secondary control dependencies on the security control. So here we see that there are no secondary dependencies, but this one control that was had an exception has two dependencies. And when you talk about systems engineering and processes, you need to consider that this system component has two other components that it is dependent on for its success to be effective. So we could change the label by a variety of things. We could talk about what's the project timeline, what are the different components, what cybersecurity framework, are there signals, components, or span metrics that we need to configure the logging environment to account for? And then we're going to come here and instead of saying by exception required, what's the impact to the process? These controls have critical impact to the process. So the importance of their logging, monitoring, alerting, and notifications should be priority, and those systems should alert accordingly and on time and effectively for human intervention. What if we wanted to understand what is the visibility of the control, right? Do we have visibility? Yes. We have lots of controls that have no visibility yet. What's the detection method for the control? What are the, who's been consulted about the controls? Oh, our cyber legal advisor was consulted about those controls, and our cyber defense forensic analysis was consulted about these controls on this date. What if we want to know who's responsible, right? As we're working with our DFIR teams, we're working with the teams, we're working across teams between engineers, developers, architects, right? Oh, we see our knowledge manager has been responsible for most of these controls because they are going to perform documentation. That's how to have better control assessment framework conversations in 3 minutes.